Should I attend my spouse or fiance's overseas visa interview? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our office here in St. Louis, Missouri. Now, you've probably seen other fiance and spouse videos that we have on our YouTube channel discussing what happens at the overseas embassy interview. And in those videos, we've often talked about how the U.S. citizen or the green card sponsor, that is the person who's petitioning to bring over a spouse or fiance to the United States, is not allowed into the interview, and that they shouldn't waste their time or effort attending the interview. Sometimes they're allowed into the consulate itself. Many times they're not even allowed into the consulate. In some jurisdictions, like Baghdad in particular, where there's safety concerns, they're only going to let in the person who's applying. And so the U.S. citizen or the LPR either wastes a lot of money or time, or at least their day, waiting for the spouse or fiance to have their interview. Now, all that being said, that's good advice still. Don't waste your time. Don't go. Just make sure your spouse or fiance has all the documentation, all the originals, and all the other paperwork that they're going to need for the interview. Don't go. But last week we had a consult that proved this on an extreme level. I've never heard of such a thing. Now, you may be familiar with something called a Stokes interview. So a Stokes interview is an interview at USCIS where the couple is separated and they're asked a lot of questions, sort of gotcha questions, sort of, what color's the toothbrush, what color's the microwave, those kinds of questions. But I've never heard of that happening at an embassy interview. But here's what happened. So we had a consult with a young lady from California. She had a fiance case that got approved by USCIS. Her I-129F got approved. She processed quickly through the National Visa Center. And then her case got set for an interview at the embassy. And she happened to be visiting her fiance at the time of the interview. Well, guess what? She decided to go to the consulate interview with the fiance. And you know what they did? They separated the couple and they did a Stokes interview on them. So because the couple was engaged and not married, because she lived in the United States and the spouse lived overseas, the couple hadn't spent that much time together. So imagine their surprise when they found out that they were being grilled on intimate details of their relationship and they weren't ready, because not only had they not practiced, they weren't even ready for it. They were shocked that she had gotten called in. They thought it was a good thing, but let me tell you, it was a bad thing, because the case got denied. The embassy went ahead and sent the I-129F back to USCIS for revocation. Now the couple's going to have to wait a whole lot longer. After waiting a year and a half, 2 years, now they're going to have to start all over. They're actually going to get married, and they're going to file an I-130 petition for an alien relative. So nothing good can happen from the U.S. citizen being in that interview, or the LPR sponsor being in that interview. So unless there's some extreme reason why you need to be at the embassy or the consulate for your family member's interview, don't go. Nothing good can happen. And this story tells you why. This couple had done everything right. Their application had been approved. The National Visa Center had processed it, and the case was set for interview. If the woman hadn't shown up at the interview, the case probably would have been approved. So there's a lesson to be learned here. Don't be too clever. All right. If you have questions about this, about your visa interview, or about attending, or anything else related to fiance and spouse cases, we do a lot of them here. Our number is 314-961-8200. You can email us at info@hackinglawpractice.com. You can also find us in our Facebook group, which is called Immigrant Home, where we share a lot of news and updates about what's going on in immigration land. And then finally, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can share this video out on social media. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.